सर नमस्कार। स्टार्ट हो गया।
Am I audible?
मेरे सर आप म्यूट है, अनम्यूट कर लीजिए। हाँ यस, यू आर ऑडिबल नाउ।
मैं अनम्यूट हूँ।
नमस्कार।
Am I audible?
Yes, sir. I will start, sir.
यस सर, यू आर ऑडिबल।
नमस्कार। Respected Chairman of the Commission, Brother Jain Dev Pujari ji, President Board of Ayurveda, Dr. Srinivas Prasad ji, President Board of Unani Siddha Somarika, Dr. K. Jaganathan ji, President Medical Assessment and Rating Board, Dr. Raghuram Bhatt ji, President Board of Ethics and Registration, Respected Dr. Rakesh Sharma ji, Member of the different boards, Dr. Atul ji, Dr. Dwivedi ji, Dr. Madhu Kumar ji, my colleague Dr. Aarti ji, Dr. Susmit Knojia ji, Dr. Putri ji, Dr. Nayan Jadhav ji, Dr. Rajni Nair, Dr. Alam ji, learned participants and dear students. It gives me immense pleasure to welcome you all in this series of lecture to celebrate the 4th Foundation Day of National Commission of Indian System of Medicine. Though the Foundation Day shall be celebrated on 11th June 2024, but this series of lecture to make aware the stakeholders regarding various initiatives, activities, vision of different boards has been started from 3rd June 24. As you are aware that first online presentation was given by Dr. Prasad ji on 3rd June about the reforms in ASU S, that is Ayurveda, the Unani Soharipa education, followed by Dr. K. Jaganathan on 5th June regarding the activities of his board and also the reforms in Unani the Soharipa, assessment of the qualities institute in relation to MS requirement, their minimum standard requirements to establish ASUS institution to increase of seats, starting of PG or increase of PG seats in ASUS institute, and rating of various institute was given by me and my colleague Dr. Aarti ji respectively, in the absence of our respected President MARB, Dr. Raghuram Bhatt ji, due to his health issue. And lastly, President of Board of Ethics and Registration, respected Dr. Rakesh Sharma ji, presented the activities and work done in his board in very elaborative manner to make the practitioners of ASUS aware of their rights, conduct, and ethics. Similarly, his board members, Dr. Pudri ji, Dr. Jadhav ji, Dr. Rajin Nair also made their presentation in relation to their board yesterday evening. In continuation of this series of lecture, today our Honorable Chairperson Sir, Brother Jain Pujari ji, will discuss a topic which looks to be very simple but very important related with the students, that is how to learn Ayurveda UG just now, and then at 3 p.m. how to learn in PG. This topic is near to his heart and most of the occasion he used to discuss with the students whenever he gets opportunity. Vaidyaj Jain Dev Pujari ji needs no introduction, as all of you know about him. But I am duty bound to say few words. Vaidyaj Jain Dev Pujari has graduated from Nagpur University and then he did PhD in Kaya Chikitsa. He has been awarded a D.Litt also. He is having a professional experience more than 35 years. He is presently chairman of National Commission for Indian System of Medicine. He remained chairman of Board of Governors CCIM. He remained as an elected member of the CCIM. So he has a vast experience with the affairs of the regulatory authorities. As far as other activities concerned or achievement is concerned, there are 4-5 pages related with his achievements and also 3-4 pages related with the career highlights and contribution to the Ayurveda fraternity, publication and patents. So he has a one patent, water disinfectant method for its preparation and use, patent number 280259, and he has also so many such publications, out of which the important one is Granth Shastra, Bharatiya Ahar Shastra, Mathematics in Ayurveda Education Perspective and Implication, Madhumeh Parichay, Tactics in Sanskrit Letters, and Binding in Sanskrit Literature. So these are the some of the publication which he has in his favor. Dr. Vaidyaj Jain Pujari is known for his innovative ideas. Under his leadership, the Commission has brought drastic changes and reforms in ASUS education and also for the welfare of the practitioner. He has envisioned that NCSM by 2047 will be a world leader in ASUS education and major healthcare provider on pan-India level. To become the world leader in the ASU education, he envisioned that should establish Center of Far Excellence for continuous teacher training, developing and implementing ASU specific teaching and training methods, inculcating modern teaching and training technology to teach ASU system in India, incorporating Indian thought process in ASU education, and by incorporating modern advances in ASU education or by creating dynamic curriculum to synchronize with national and global health needs. So he has envisioned all these things by 2047. As I told you earlier, that he doesn't require more of the introduction on his part, but I want to say that he is not only leader of the commission but have an in-depth knowledge of subject of ASU. He is a very research-oriented person, expert in legal matters. Though he is a Ayurvedic professional, but he is very expert in legal matters, and above all, noble, humble, down-to-earth, and well-behaved personality, which leads us in the commission. So, not taking much of her time, I directly invite Vaidyaj Jain Pujari ji to address the participants, particularly the UG students. Thank you, Banada. Now it is over to Vaidyaj Jain Pujari ji.
Namaskar to everybody. Am I audible, sir? Am I audible?
Yes, sir, you are audible.
Yes. So all honorable presidents of the 4 boards of the commission, all members and thank you to our secretary sir for a nice introduction and all my friends. We are here, I am here to speak with you, to have a dialogue with you regarding study. Because I remained a student of Ayurveda particularly, which is a part of Indian system of medicine. Because other Indian system of medicines are there, are also students may be present over here regarding belongs to Siddha, belongs to Unani, belongs to Somaric path, along with Ayurveda. So, how to study Indian system of medicine?
आवाज क्लियर नहीं आ रही है.
Now it is clear.
Now it is clear, sir.
Okay. Or shall I use the earbuds?
हाँ वो बेटर रहेगा सर, बेटर रहेगा.
Hello.
Yes, sir. Audible.
Audible, sir.
Yes.
Audible.
Very sorry for the disturbance. And now, what I was talking with you, that today we are going to talk regarding, means I am going to talk regarding how to study smart and how to study hard. So I will request the office to share the PPT. So now you must be looking at it, study hard versus study smart. And under my name it is written Vidyarthi Vaidya. Because I am Vaidya, but I am a student. That's why in real sense I am a student. That's why I am writing like this. So next. So now look at this picture. Now this is today's Ayurveda. And here the human hand is you and the other one is technology. Now you must be aware that AI is coming in a very big way. And we have to face it, we have to live with it. And that's why we have to live with the technology. The olden days have gone. It is true that ours is traditional medicine, ours is heritage medicine, ours is age-old medicine. But why all this? Why they are still live today? Because of its contemporary. They remain contemporary for years together, and now it is a time, or it is a era of the technology, era of the AI, and Indian system of medicine. They will continue with this era of AI. I have no doubt. Next. So, purpose of this presentation is understanding the study methods, how to study, and what all methods we should use for this. Second is to learn in a shorter period, because we have a very hefty syllabus and very big contents when we are in medical education, and to retain the information, because we are living in an era of information technology, and that's why how to retain this much of information. You must be all aware, or you must be using this Google, and nowadays we are using chatbot also. Many of you must be using chatbot also. So, how to retain more information, that is another challenge in the study. So, the purpose of this presentation is understanding study methods to learn in shorter period and to retain the information. Next. So, before starting, we must understand the difference between school learning and college learning, because you all are in college. The younger one, they must be in first year, and the senior one must be in their final year. So, during school learning, teacher is the main component in school. Many times he is the angel on the dais. Angel on the dais means he is standing on the dais as the angel, and whatever he teaches us, जिसको हम भक्ति भाव से बोलते हैं, ऐसा हम हमारे टीचर को सुनते हैं, and that's why teacher is the main component in school. Day-to-day monitoring and performance in the examination is monitored. So day-to-day monitoring तो रहता ही है what you are doing in the class when you are in the school, and performance in the examination is also monitored. आपके parents को बुलाया जाता है and their mark sheet or your result sheet is discussed with them, etc. But on the contrary, in college, teacher is a guide by side. He may or may not monitor each and everybody, because sometimes you may feel that he is just coming and going, but this means he is not monitoring that closely, to which you have a habit in your school learning. And there is a more emphasis on understanding than memorizing. Because you are learning a medical science where understanding is more important than memorizing. Memorizing has its own importance in all walks of life, but still in medical science, understanding is more important, because you have to apply your knowledge every day to a living being, to a human being who is alive. So that's why that understanding is important when you are learning in the college. That more emphasis is on understanding than memorizing. Next. Here again, other points. In school learning, there is more emphasis on rote learning. आपको सब पहाड़े वगैरह याद करने पड़ते थे. But and performance in the examination is the only way for judging your learning. Because how much mark do you get in your examination remain always important in your school learning. And you are a passive learner. You are not an active learner, because your teacher teaches and he gives you notes, and he or she teaches how to answer the question, etc. So you become a passive learner. And exposure to multiple subjects of different streams. When you were a science student, you used to study biology, you used to study chemistry, you used to study physics, and some of you might have taken mathematics as a part of general science, and then English, and then your native language or a local language. So school learning comes like this, and exactly opposite is the college learning. Performance in the examination is one part. It is true that performance in the examination is very important, but performance in life as a physician or a teacher or a researcher is another part. If you are not to become a good physician or a good teacher or a good researcher, even if you are first class grade student, then it is of no use in your life. That is the popularity of college learning that you always must understand. And that's why you have to be an active learner. You have to be active in learning. You could not depend only on your teacher for the knowledge and the information. You have to get other information from the other source also. And for that, since 2021, we have introduced this elective notes. Next. So there are some difficulties in Indian system of medicine study, because the thought process which you have learned till 12, and when you have entered into the Ayurveda, Siddha or Unani system of medicine, the thought process is different. Yes, the way to think about or way to look at it is different. There is in 12, we learn modern science, which is basically a reductionist science. And here in Indian system of medicine, it may be Ayurveda, Siddha, or Unani, or so on. But the approach is holistic. You are looking at a human being as a whole, not only as a chemical reaction in the brain, not only as a secretion of acid in the stomach, but you are looking it as a whole person who is having different systems working together. That's why this difference in reductionist approach versus holistic approach, that you have to understand, because that you have not learned till you are 12. The terminology is different, particularly in Ayurveda, Unani, and Siddha. The terminology is totally different than what you have learned till your 12th standard in physics, chemistry, mathematics, and biology. A typical presentation of the subject is another, you can say, either difficulty or a difference between parallel sciences, means pure sciences, and the Indian system of medicine. There is more emphasis on discussion and consensus. See, if you see those who are the student of Ayurveda or whatever the stream may be, you must have seen the Charaka Samhita. There are there, but they are not like modern textbook chapters. There are many discussions. There are many consensus. Some 3, 4, 5, 10% they sit together. They discuss on some issue and they come to a consensus. Here also in big hospitals, if a complicated and rare patient comes to that hospital, then normally a team of doctors they sit together, they discuss, and then consensus they come to a particular consensus, and those only that diagnosis is conveyed to that patient. Progressive unfoldment of the knowledge is another important thing in Indian system of medicine, and that is a little bit difficult to understand. Next slide, please. This is the difference between progressive unfoldment and the process of progressive unfoldment. On your right side, there is a red carpet and a person is going on. Wherever he stands, he feels contented. He feels that yes, I have that much knowledge. And if he have more curiosity, then he just puts that role forward, and then it becomes more and more unfolded. But here at the left hand side, in modern system of education, after 10th, there is a 11th, 12th, then graduation, post graduation. So there are steps. There is no unfoldment of knowledge. So this is the basic difference between modern science learning and the Indian system of medicine learning. So this you must keep it in your mind that the progressive unfoldment of the knowledge is the peculiarity of Indian system of medicine. Next. So now let us come on the learning. It depends on the ability to learn. You all have established your ability by passing or cracking NEET. So there is no doubt about it. Then the learning environment or the learning ecosystem which you get in your college, which you get in your society, which you get in your university, in your classroom, and the competitive atmosphere, and if somebody gets maximum mark, then appreciation from the college, teachers, fellow students, and that is actually a learning environment. And readiness to learn. This is most important. Unless and until we are ready to learn, nobody can teach us. When we are ready to learn, then only there is a benefit of teaching or benefit of learning. So learning depends on three things: the ability to learn, learning environment, and the readiness to learn. Because the first two things you have already established. The third thing, this readiness to learn, must be a continuous process. It should not be only up to for the appearance of the examination or writing a paper or like that. So these are the basic things required for the learning. Next. Now, what influences learning? There is a sensation and there is a perception. In Ayurveda language, we have Pancha Jnanendriya, 5 senses. And learning by these senses is what you are, that influences your learning. So, and it is called as sensation. It is a process of receiving information from the environment through our sensory organs. And these are 5, you all are aware. The information comes to us, but what happens next? Anubhuti, that is perception. Perception is the process of interpreting and organizing the incoming information in order that we can understand it and react accordingly. For example, a patient with yellow eyes completely. This is what you have said by yourself. Then now, how to interpret that yellowness of eyes along with the other symptoms? Whether he is having severe acute pain in abdomen, then it goes to somewhere else. If it is a gradual after drinking a infected water, it goes from there. If it is related to very severe illness, then it goes in a different way. So when you receive some information from your senses, your brain actually helps there, adds there for the perception. And that's why how to interpret and organize the information is most important. And these are the two important, sensation and perception. These are the two important factors influencing our learning that we must always remember. Next. So now we have 5 organs, we know sense organs, but the percentage of reception of information by each of our organs is different. For example, learning through sight, that is eye, is around 75%. We learn 75% things only by seeing, then 13% by hearing, then 6% by touch, then 3% by smell, and 3% by touch. But if you use 2 organs at a time, then it goes on adding. If you see the thing and hear the thing at a time, then automatically it goes to 88%. And if it touches that, then again 6% increase. If you smell that, then again 3% increase. And if you taste that, if required, then only you get the exact information or 100% information. So this is very important that which organ is giving how much information to us, and when 2 organs they come together, how they react or how they learn the things from the outside. This you must understand very specifically, because this is going to help you in learning process in your future life also. So 75% by sight, then 13% by hearing, then 6% by touch, then 3% by smell and taste. Next. Now these are the cognitive functions refer to multiple mental abilities including learning, thinking, reasoning, remembering, problem solving, decision making, and attention. See, these are 7. These are not cognitive functions. These are the list of the mental abilities which are used in the cognitive function. So, when we look at a patient or when we see a patient, then you have to think, you have to create a reasoning, you have to remember what you have learned earlier, and then if the problem is severe, then you have to think in the way of problem solving. Then you have to take decision. If the surgeon is there, he has to take decision whether to open the abdomen or not, and the attention. So there are 8 types of cognitive functions, but please remember, we may be good in maximum 2. Nobody in this world, no human being, is good in all 8 cognitive functions that you must remember, and you have to find out which 2 you are very good. Next. So these are into 4 groups. That is extraverted thinking, introverted thinking, extraverted feeling, introverted feeling, extraverted sensing, introverted sensing, and extraverted intuition and introverted intuition. So, like for example, this extraverted thinking, the person having this particular cognitive function is highly analytical and logical. Highly analytical and logical. If that someone is introverted thinking, he is applying logic thinking for consequences. That is his specialty. What about extraverted feeling? Connecting, considering others, group organizing, maintaining societal, organizational, or good value. This is the peculiarity of a person who is good in extraverted thinking. And what is the speciality of a person who is good in introverted thinking? Evaluating something based on the truth on which it is based. He is very expert in evolving the thing based on the truth on which it is based. For example, again, human being. That the truth is, if he is alive, then only he is pretending. Otherwise, he is not. Then extraverted thinking, experiencing the immediate context, taking action in the physical world. This is the peculiarity of the extraverted sensing. They are quick reactors, very quickly they react on it. And in introverted sensing, those who have cognitive function like this, they are reviewing past experiences. They based on their past experiences more, seeking detailed information and links to what is known. So that is the peculiarity of this. And then extraverted intuition, that interpreting sentiments and relationships. This is the peculiarity. And introverted intuition is foreseeing implications and likely effect without external data. Even if they don't have any data, we call them such people visionary. They see the things without having any data with them. So many times they think that this will happen after these many years, or because they don't have the data of the future. Nobody has the data of the future. Data is always of the past, not of the future. But the introverted intuition, intuitive people, they have this specialty of forcing the things. Next. So this is again regarding the average retention rate. हम किस चीज के कारण कितना समय कितने परसेंट किस चीज को हम ध्यान में रख सकते हैं. When you are hearing my lecture, so the probability, this is average retention, there is plus minus. Only by lecture 5%. If you are reading something, then it goes up to 10%. If it is audio visual, now what you are doing is actually audio visual. You are hearing to me, at the same time you are looking at the PPTs and what I am telling and the other. So audio visual is 20%. Demonstration, if I demonstrate something, then it goes up to 30%. And if you sit for group discussion, then it reaches up to 50%. And practice by doing 75%. This is average retention rate. If you do it daily, then the retention rate reaches up to 75%. And when you teach it to others, then the retention rate reaches up to 19%. The process of learning is nothing but curiosity and questioning. If you look at this, when you hear only lecture, you don't have any question in your mind. When you are reading, then this curiosity question, step by step it increases. And when you are teaching others, you have to get yourself convinced, and then only you can teach to others. So in Charaka Samhita also, it is told that there are three ways to get the jnana, knowledge: Adhyayanam, Adhyapanam, and Tadvidya Sambhashana. Adhyayan is by hearing, reading, audio, visual, whatever, demonstration. And Adhyapanam, if you teach others, then the retention of that subject is much more. And Tadvidya Sambhashana, you all are aware about the Sambhashana Parishad. There is a long description of Sambhashana Parishad in Ayurveda text. So this is the statistics. This statistics is created by a modern researcher, not by Ayurveda. I am only quoting references from the Ayurveda Granthas which are simulating the same. Next. So now when you start studying or learning in a broader way, then you must understand your strength. Means we must understand our strength as well. And it is very well described in the Prakriti concept in Ayurveda. Yakkai Ilakkanam in Siddha and Mizaj in Unani. This is not only for the patient. These all the qualities which are mentioned over here, they are applicable to us for, even for our learning. So I will give you, because I am a student of Ayurveda basically. So I will give you few examples from Vata Pitta Kapha and how a person with predominantly Vata Pitta Kapha is, how which type of learner he is. Next. So there are three Prakriti, Vata Pitta Kapha, I have already told. Yatte Lakkanam is Vali, Kard and Ayam, and Mizaj, Dambri, Balgami, Safravi and Saudavi. These are the four Mizaj described in Unani. There are more details also in this. I am just giving the reference out of that. Next. So, if a Vata, as I told you, because I am Ayurveda student, that's why I am giving these references. You can find out parallel references from Unani and Siddha also. So, if a Vata predominant Prakriti person is there, then they are usually first struck by and preferentially remember sounds. Sound means words which we hear. They think predominantly in words. Their thinking is basically word based. When they visualize or emote their emotions, they use the word to tie their thinking together. That is the particularity of this Vata predominant. And they have many ideas, but could not bring them into reality. They remember easily and forget easily. This is Vata predominant. You all are aware that Prakriti is not only single dosha. It must be a combination of three different percentages. So these are the peculiarities of a Vata predominant Prakriti person regarding his learning ability. Next. A Pitta predominant Prakriti person, they are visually oriented. Visually oriented means they will more understand and remember the figures. They visualize almost everything they think of. वो किसी भी चीज को विजुअलाइज कर सकते हैं जिसके बारे में वो सोचते हैं. They use images to relate words and emotions together. I have forgotten to put a slide over here. A word elephant is written, ELEPHANT, and the image of elephant is shown. Then first one is more remembered by Vata predominant, and the second one is more, that image is more remembered by Pitta predominant. So this is the basic difference. We know that this picture is of elephant, and we know is the spelling of the elephant. But Vata predominant, they more depend on the word, and the Pitta predominant, they more depend on the images. They remember images better than the words. They are more practical in implementing ideas, and they plan methodically and efficiently. They are good in memorizing. They have a very good memory, and that is the peculiarity of Pitta predominant Prakriti person's learning. Third, next. Kapha predominant Prakriti person, they are emotionally oriented. They often think with their emotions and feel the connection between words and forms. These are the two things. Words and forms, these are the two things. And they create a connection in between. They are entrepreneurs. वो करके देखते हैं चीजों को. If you show them a patient, they are more eager to touch the patient physically and examine that patient physically than hearing to his teacher. They don't remember things quickly, but once understood, he will never forget it. एक बार कफ वाले को समझ गया, so then lifelong he will remember that thing. But it is the prerequisite. They should understand. They are not good in memory. That is, you must remember. Next. So now we are reading books and we are reading notes. So I am talking about the reading and recitation and taking notes, etc. because they are part of our learning process. So there are 4 types of reading. One is called as skimming. To go through the text quickly to grasp the overall meaning of. एक कुल मिलाकर उसका क्या मतलब है ये समझने के लिए जो जैसे जिसको हम जैसे पन्ने पलटाना बोलते हैं इट इज skimming, it is a type of reading. Then scanning, to collect a particular information from the given text, it is scanning. And then there is the extensive reading, emphasizes less on accuracy and more on gaining fluency. This is for readers on leisure. जैसे हम किसी ये टेक्स्ट बुक के लिए लागू नहीं होता है. If we read a novel, then it is an extensive reading because we are not focusing on the accuracy. We want to enjoy that novel. So that's why this comes under the extensive reading. But intensive reading aims at accuracy of comprehension. This is particularly for the textbook or through which we are going to appear for the examination or we are going to get knowledge. So these are the 4 types of reading you must remember. And why I am telling these 4 types? When you are reading, you point out. When you are reading a novel, then there is no need to go for intensive reading. And if you are reading a textbook, then it is of no use for extensive reading. So that's why to understand what exactly type of reading we are talking about, that is important while studying or while learning. That is only I want to bring to your notice. Next. So again, loud reading versus silent reading. Because this is in the previous slide, I have not mentioned whether it is loud reading or silent reading. There are plus and minus point in loud reading versus silent reading, and it depends on our habit. Because in school days also we have different types of reading. So reading. So this loud reading, there is a use of vocal cord, lip, and tongue along with eyes and mind. क्योंकि पढ़ रहे हैं तो आंखों से ही पढ़ रहे हैं और जब पढ़ रहे हैं तो दिमाग का इस्तेमाल कर रहे हैं. But along with this, when you are using a vocal cord, lips and tongue, then it is called as loud reading. So be clear about it. It is slower. जितना हम साइलेंट रीडिंग में फास्ट पढ़ सकते हैं, लाउड रीडिंग में हमको हर एक का उच्चारण करना पड़ता है. That's why it is slower. Average 200 words per minute. Here I am talking about the average. It helps to focus fixed on the text. If you want to gain a focus, अभी नींद आ रही है पढ़ते पढ़ते, so that time loud reading is advisable because it focuses. हम नींद आते समय साइलेंट रीडिंग करेंगे तो हमारी आंखें बंद हो जाती. So that time loud reading is more useful and it improves the reading and pronunciation. Because when we are reading English books or Sanskrit books or any language, that pronunciation of the words is more important. And this loud reading improves the pronunciation skill and helps to memorize facts. If you want to memorize the facts, then go for loud reading. But silent reading also has some peculiarities. The use of eyes and mind only. We are not using any vocal cord or lips or tongue anymore. It is faster. Average 300, many times 400 words per minute you can read in the silent reading. Can get easily distracted. हमारा जो ध्यान है ये पढ़ने के ऊपर से हट सकता है क्योंकि लाउड रीडिंग में हमको एक एक शब्द को पढ़ना पड़ता है. And convenient for reading in crowded places helps to improve fast reading skills. यदि किसी को fast reading skill को develop करना है, then he should go for the silent reading. Another important thing for silent reading is, if a point is not understood by you, you can immediately go back and start reading that point. There could be a repetition. In loud reading, again, you are reading the same thing, means it creates a little bit confusion. Or I don't think that I am reading the same. Next. Recitation. Now, in Indian system of medicine, recitation is very important. And here I am talking about benefits of sloka recitation. It sharpens the intellect. This is all based on the research papers. This is not my opinion or Charaka's or Sushruta's or any ancient text opinion. This is out of this information comes out of the hardcore research done by the researchers who are working in the field of cognitive function. It sharpens the intellect, keeps the mind alert, manages stress, energizes brain, and there are few effects on your body also. Lowers BP, normalizes heart rate, and reduces high cholesterol also. So these are the benefits of the recitation, and that's why in the new syllabus, the NCISM has made it compulsory to have a recitation of around 200-300 sloka per profession, only to give benefit to the student of these types, and that's why recitation we have added to that. Next, these are the references. There is a paper on critical review of rhythmic recitation of Charaka Samhita as per Chanda. Asit Kumar Panja, he has published this paper. He is from NI Jaipur. This recitation as a structured intervention to enhance the long-term verbatim retention and gist recall of complex text in kindergarten. छोटे बच्चों में ये रिसाइटेशन का क्या ये होता है kindergarten में, उसका भी स्टडी हुआ है और रिसाइटेशन के जो फायदे होते हैं दूसरी जगह में रिसर्च पेपर and oscillations of heart rate and respiration synchronized during poetry recitation, because many times it is not only this is applicable to all types of poetry where chanda are applicable. It could be in Tamil, it could be in Urdu, or it could be in Sanskrit, or it could be in any other language, Bengali or whatever the language. So you will find many such type of references, and what I showed in the previous slide is based on such type of references. Next. Making notes. This is again important. We are all are making notes since you entered 10th class, or even before that you are there. So these are few tips for making notes. Try to understand the subject in first reading. Try to understand. Don't depend on memorizing for creating notes. Try to understand, and as per your understanding, create notes. Allow you to make connection between things, because you are reading a book and so many points are there. So you have to join the dots so that that picture should come in front of you of that particular thing. Record properly, because for each recording there is a sequence, and if you lose the sequence, then it creates a problem. And reduce the contents in your words. Many times, what our students they do is they simply write what is written in the textbook. It is not taking notes. It is simply rewriting the things in the textbook. So reduce the content in your words. What you have written in one page or two pages or a chapter, try to write in your words, because it helps you to memorize and recite the notes. Recitation I have already shown you. Recite the notes. Don't allow any point to skip, because this will help you to recall at the time of examination. Use chart or map or outline or sentence or illustration for making notes. Many of you must be using this method and making short forms of many things, or creating a poetry-like thing for remembering few things, or creating a chart. because with this you can describe the things accurately, and that's why this, while creating the notes or while making the notes, at the same time you can create chart or map or outline or whatever you want, and be organized. This is most important. If you are unorganized, then you cannot create a note, proper note of a particular subject. You must be very organized, very focused for what you are creating this note, for how you are going to use it at the time of examination or at the time of learning in the class. That you must be aware. So you must be very well organized by making the note, because this is very important thing for all of us. Next. So this is the last slide, and normally there is a huge class because this is the last slide. And thank you and best luck after completion of all efforts. That is most important. When you are studying something and appearing for examination, appearing for some competitive environment, then the best luck is useful only after completion of all efforts. So, thank you on behalf of NCISM. Thank you very much for our IT team. Thank you to those who have joined online and who are hearing it with a seriousness. And thank you for those who have just joined and left from the and very much thankful to our president who remains present over here for the whole of my presentation, because nothing is new for me. Namaskar, Dhanyavad, and once again, best luck.
Thank you very much, sir, for your elaborative lecture on the topic of how to learn in UG. I think all the participants must have been benefited by their this lecture. So, with this, we came to an end of the first lecture. The second lecture will be given by the Honorable Chairperson, sir, at 3 p.m. So, I request all the participants to again join. That is the lecture for the PG students. How to learn Ayurveda in PG. So, that lecture will be taken by the Honorable Chairman, sir, in the evening at 3 p.m. So, I request all the participants to rejoin at 3 p.m. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you all the participants. Thank you, Chairman, Person, sir, and all the other members who have joined in this deliberation. Thank you, sir.